As you can see, my friends, I have a metric ton of alts. A lot of them are already level 80. And time is limited. I'm a working man. This is not my full-time job, in case this surprises you. So there are 5 things I do every week on most, I was going to say each, and for the ease of explanation, let's say on each, but on most of my alts every week. And I'm going to tell you what are those 5 things are to save you the time. Or at the very least, if you think similarly to me, these are the most impactful, quickest to do, highest risk, highest reward, or lowest risk, highest reward, however you want to see it, things that you need to prioritize, in my humble opinion. And by the way, I welcome your own thoughts into the comments below. So what am I missing that also is a high kind of reward for very little amount of investment, I suppose, of time? Mainly time is the highest commodity. Okay, without any further ranting, the first thing I do, in no particular order by the way, the first thing I do is I queue for LFR. I queue for LFR to kill the Chrome King Gallywix. I do that because most of my characters these days are tanks and some healers. I prefer playing healers such as Shaman. But at the same time, that queue might take a little bit of time, and while that queue is ticking, kind of on a busy night, and the queue for DPS might be long, I would do other things. But still, it's in no particular order. Queue to kill Chrome King Gallywix. Why everyone should kill Chrome King Gallywix? Because there is no trash leading up to him. It's very quick once you get there, right? And he drops weapons and he drops shields that have a proc effect, which is considered to be a pretty damn good effect. And those shields and weapons can be upgraded, if I'm not terribly mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, to 649, item level 649, with all the Valor Stones and everything else available. So that's pretty good gearing opportunity, even if that's all you do, okay? That's the first thing to do. I then try to get some of those bountiful keys for the delves, for the bountiful delves. What do I do with that? I pick a couple of the easiest to do, most brainless, most kind of just like no effort required type of stuff, world quests, the ones that are granting you those keys. That is, typically I start with the theater troupe in the Donegal kind of area there. So I do that. Sometimes, believe it or not, I can't be bothered, because those dumbass things of running around, picking flowers, kissing birds, whatever the hell you need to do, that bit, as brainless as it is, it kind of annoys me, and sometimes I'm simply not in the mood. But I'm including it here for completeness of the picture. So I do that, I get my key, and sometimes from that chest, also I think there is some statistic there from the first 4 chests, if I'm not mistaken, that you pick up per week. You get also a piece of gear, a piece of decent kind of gear. So anyway, so I do that, I get the key. Second thing that I'm on the lookout for is I go and I do the Awakening of the Machine quest, if it's available. Because I also consider it pretty straightforward, faster than Theater Troupe, I think personally, if you know what you're doing. And that is also a potential piece of gear and a potential key. Cool. So we do Awakening the Machine, we do Theater Troupe, we are queued for Chrome King Gallywix, maybe we're killing him, that's already 3, alright? Now, unsurprisingly, we have to do some delving. I look usually and I prioritize the bountiful delve. If there is a bountiful delve, waterworks. Waterworks for me, somehow, I know there are variances of bountiful waterworks, but at the same time, still majority of those variances are still better than other delves, in my humble opinion. You tell me which delves are your favorite, and I'm not saying it just for engagement with you. Well, that is also nice, I think. What's wrong with that? But also for my own ideas. Like, I'm always fishing for ideas, okay? So do share, okay? So I do Waterworks delve. If I'm a tank, of course I go as a tank, and Bran is a healer. If I'm a healer, I go with Bran as a tank. And a separate video is going to be as a follow-up to me accusing him of being a dumb tank. I think he's a dumb tank. But I also think that once you level him up a little bit, he's actually a lot better than I gave him credit for. So I feel like I owe him an apology, and I feel like I need to set the record straight with you. So stay tuned for that video if you'd like to hear my further thoughts of how to spec him, etc, etc, how to play him better, basically. So we do delve. And final thing, number 5, in no particular order, you could have done it as number 1, I don't blame you, you go to obviously Undermine. And in Undermine, no, not the quest, not the anything. You can if it's on your way and you're really desperate for gear and stuff. I'm not stopping you. But one thing to do is to kill the world boss, Gobfather. Because, first of all, the first kill of Gobfather on the first alt of your warband per week is guaranteed to give you a piece of warbound gear, also of high item level. So that is a very slow, mind you, very slow, but very passive, zero investment, almost of effort way to gear up some lucky guy or girl here among your people. Because when I'm on this demon hunter, I might get a piece of cloth. So this guy is going to say, "Oh, thanks, Birexo. Thanks, my dude. Thank you very much for that piece of cloth." And Birexo is going to say, "Oh, no worries, mate. It was alright." Yeah, that's what he's going to say. Okay. And that's it. These are the 5 things I do on each one of the alts. Time is precious. We don't have that much of it, at least as adults. As a kid living in your mom's basement, you probably won't understand me, but just trust me. Just trust the Uncle Gyro, okay? In this case. And that's how I entertain myself in the free time when I'm off Path of Exile and in between. And I think that you might benefit from it as well if you're trying to streamline your gameplay and trying to carve out that all these 5 things. I guess it can take you anywhere between maybe 40 minutes and an hour, I'd say, on a good night, when queues are not too long, when you got into LFR quickly, and all that stuff. About an hour per character. That's a pretty generous amount of time of gameplay for an adult already. So you might do couple of alts one night, couple of alts another night, and that's how your week is going to be going, my friend. I hope you've enjoyed this for what it's worth, for the little that it might be worth, but whatever. And I'll talk to you next time, not even next week. Videos are coming out every couple of days. I play a lot these days. It's cool. It's wonderful. Horrific visions of 11.1.5 are coming. That's when we will be speaking, believe it or not, even more frequently, probably. So stay tuned. Goodbye for now. Hope you've enjoyed it.